listen, Mr. Morgan, because if you repeat something again and again and again, it won't make it true. That we don't want to kill innocent civilians in Gaza, period. But I'm telling you again and again that once they hide under human population and we have to eliminate terrorists, we have to do what we have to do. And I don't remember you asking the allies that you were talking about in World War II if they were hiding about how many how many children died when we eliminated the Nazis. I don't remember that. You know what? I don't remember in any mid-war where you count numbers, but you obviously emphasize on that on what's going on in Gaza. Now, the difference, the difference between Gaza and Iran and Hezbollah. Wait, you asked such a long question. You can't let me answer in 1 minute.
How many Hamas have been killed?
The difference, I will answer. Let me finish. The difference between Iran and Hezbollah is the fact is that Gaza is the most crowded population that we need to deal with, and 2 million people in the Gaza Strip that are so crowded, and the terrorists are hiding in between. I can tell you, Mr. Morgan.
How many Hamas have been killed?
I don't think we will eliminate every Hamas person because we didn't eliminate every Nazi person.
But how many Hamas have you killed?
I'm not going to go into specifics with you.
I'm
going to tell you as a government member. I'm not going to. We'll end this war. We'll end this war, and you'll know everything. You'll be able to go in. You'll be able to heal all the numbers.
If you don't know how many you've killed, how do you know how many are left to be killed?
Because I can, first of all, I know, and I'm choosing as a government member to not tell you that, because I know that once you get some knowledge, you turn it. Of course I do. I'm a government member. But I can tell you, what do you mean, how many terrorists we killed?
Yes.
I can tell you that we have more. We have many more.
Well, how many?
This is what
how many?
The reason. I will not tell you. I will not tell you.
So
you can ask
but you won't tell me.
But the reason.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
How many civilians have you killed?
The reason.
How many civilians have you killed?
Trying to eliminate is that you can ask it again. I will not answer.
How many civilians have you killed? Do you know?
By the way,
do you know how many civilians you've killed?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The civilians,
so you do know how many terrorists you've killed? You've no idea how many civilians
because we have the difference is that we have a list of terrorists that we want to eliminate. We don't aim to kill innocent people in order. We don't have a list of them.
Okay.
But I can tell you, I can assure you that the IDF is trying to avoid as many innocent casualties as possible.
Minister,
and therefore,
Minister? It's not doing a very good job of avoiding killing innocent people.
That is rude of you to not let me finish, Mr. Morgan.
Yeah. Let me start with you, Wajahat. I mean, you were listening there to that interview with the Israeli government minister. Your thoughts?
I don't have to say anything after you did a masterful job of interviewing her and the world listening to her unhinged lunacy and genocidal comments. I mean, I rest my case, Piers. That is the Minister of Social Equality in Israel. With ministers of social equality, who needs ministers of genocide? I mean, that woman was completely racist and unhinged. And speaking about, the quotes of her colleagues, the Israeli leaders right now, I brought some receipts for you, Piers. This is what Smotrich has actually said, the finance minister of Israel, quote, "We are conquering, cleansing, and remaining in Gaza until Hamas is destroyed," end quote. Another quote by Smotrich, "We are finally going to occupy the Gaza Strip. We will stop being afraid of the word occupation." Another quote from Smotrich, "Within a few months, Gaza will be totally destroyed. The Gazan citizens will be concentrated in the south. They will be totally despairing, understanding that there's no hope and nothing to look for in Gaza." This is what the president of Israel said. There are no innocent civilians in Gaza. This is what the deputy speaker of Israel's parliament said. Israel has, quote, one common goal: erasing the Gaza Strip from the face of the earth. For the past year and a half, Piers, I've been on your show. And in the past year and a half, you've asked me, do I condemn the violence done by Hamas? What did I say, Piers? Yes, I do, because I'm against violent extremism, whether it's a terrorist group or whether it's state-sanctioned terrorism. But what we've seen in the past year and a half, especially that report 3 days ago, is the IDF has been commanded to shoot at unarmed civilians, Palestinians, who are at a food distribution site. Piers, any person with any morality, any decency, who believes in God like I do, how can they support the IDF shooting Palestinian civilians who are trying to get humanitarian aid? You know how many Palestinians have been killed in the quote-unquote killing field? That's an IDF soldier's word, not mine. 570 Palestinians unarmed trying to get food. Why is that food there through humanitarian aid? Because Israel, like you mentioned, has done a blockade. because Israel occupies Gaza. The occupation is immoral. The settlements are immoral. We haven't even talked about the West Bank, Piers. I know you've been there. I've been there. The terrorism that has been unleashed against
I think the expansion of settlements on the West Bank is absolutely appalling.
It's disgusting.
And it's
enough
illegal.
is enough.
Okay. That's how it happens.
Piers,
and they
can
need
I
to
finish
continue.
off with
Yeah,
one
final
quote,
word,
if I may?
Wajaha, yeah.
Final quote. What we're doing in Gaza now is a war of devastation, indiscriminate, limitless, cruel, and criminal killing of civilians. We're not doing this due to loss of control in any specific sector, not due to some disproportionate outbursts by some soldiers in one unit. Rather, it's the result of government policy, knowingly, evilly, maliciously, irresponsibly dictated. Yes, Israel is committing war crimes. And that's a quote from former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert.
Yeah.
And I agree.
It is true. And I interviewed him and he reiterated that to me.
He's wrong.
All right, I've got to leave it. I'm sorry we didn't have more time for the debate. We ran late with the minister who was running late herself, but I appreciate you for your patience and for the debate that we were able to have. Thank you very much.